All right. Welcome to Gen X Rated Tuesday edition. I know it's been a while. How we doing, Billy?
It's been a couple of Tuesdays, yeah. Did we miss anything? Anything interesting happen while we were gone?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Aside from our new music?
Yeah, I did want to mention that. I was sipping my coffee because I felt pretty confident I wouldn't be getting a letter. Thanks to Andy Burns, extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
Together a few intros for us, and that was one of them. Just amazing, and
Very cool.
very appreciative of his efforts to do that. So thank you, Andy.
Yes.
So quite a few things have happened since I last saw you, and I know I've seen you while it's been going on, but no real time to talk about it. I don't know how you could start anywhere but the Epstein files. I mean, this just it's a point of contention on both sides. Apparently, the Trump supporters feel like maybe it's okay for this kind of thing. I mean, that's Prince Andrew, and I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of photos, but I will put up a few as we go. 3 million more files were released on Friday, which again is just scratching the surface.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of material they have is just incredible. And of course, we're playing politics, so they want to just mention Clinton, and the Clintons. And for the record, the Clintons will be testifying publicly, I think. It might be in front of the House committee. We'll see, but they're willing. I don't know about the rest of them. I don't know. I think Bill Gates is also going to testify. He's not come out in a great light himself.
Yeah, no.
Begging the Clintons for antibiotics because he got an STD allegedly from a Russian whore. I'm not naming names, but maybe we can deduce who that might be.
Perhaps.
And just to give it to his wife, he needed to medicate her because he was carrying this around. So
here, drink this.
It's just kind of crazy. I think there were many reasons why she divorced him. I will say that on the day his name came out, the stock price for Microsoft lost billions of dollars. So it's not okay for everyone to be accepting of this. I just can't even believe that some people are, in fact.
Well, I think at this point, if you're okay with that, you are officially in a cult. You are brainwashed because at this point, you're willing to drink that Kool-Aid and go belly up for Trump. This is just, it's disturbing and just sickening on so many levels. And you can't justify this. This is the abuse, the sexual assault, the rape, the murder of children.
Yeah, in fact, some of it, the FBI admitted that the photos and videos of children being tortured and murdered was so sensitive in nature that they would never release it. So the following day, Trump, of course, says, no big deal. Forget about it. Let it go.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. Any of this is acceptable. The names go on because everybody lies. Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, who said, oh, he was a neighbor, and I walked in, and my wife and I, we were like, we'll never associate with this guy. But he's on the itinerary to go to the island.
Yeah, how do I get to Party Cove, bro?
Exactly. We just had the Melania release, which was tremendous success. I think it brought in 7 million. I know tickets were being bought by individuals by the hundreds just to kind of make these numbers, I guess. This is the person that made the Melania movie, Brett Ratner. Looks like he's having a pretty good time. They have other photos with him with a young woman who now he claims was his fiance. And I'm not judging. All I'm saying is he came out in 2023 and said he never met him.
Yeah. Well, apparently a lot of people that he knew never met him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's quite the long list.
Johnny Ola moment.
Yeah.
I never met him. I don't know this guy.
Yeah, it's good old Johnny. He knows all these spots.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It is. And then, Kash Patel sandbagging the investigation and being forced to take the fifth.
Oh,
I mean, this is just this runs so deep, and it's just so in your face.
It
It's
really is.
unbelievable.
So we talked about this morning. So Megyn Kelly said, "Hey, a 14-year-old, that's not pedophilia. That's, in Georgia, that's legal to get married." KK Caroline says, "Well, if it's your neighbor, where's the harm? Where's the foul?" Blanche, the assistant deputy of the Department of Justice, says, "You can party with Epstein. Nothing illegal about that." And then I watched one of our favorite podcast guys on TikTok, young kid, and they were challenging him to tell them what was wrong with pedophilia. This kid's never not been able to answer a question. He's very thoughtful. He's very intelligent. He just couldn't get the words out. They've come to the point of accepting that because they're in this cult or drank the punch or just don't care, is a moment I don't think any of us would have thought would ever happen, frankly.
Some of these people are just in so deep, and hopefully there aren't that many of them. I don't know. I mean, how many people could be that brainwashed to think that that is okay? I mean,
Well,
it's just,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's just, it's obscene. It's an obscenity.
Well,
And
the
then
person
to be
calling
calling up and debating with this kid, because I know who you mean. I can't think of his name. He's super smart, and somehow he always keeps calm. He always keeps his shit together when these people call up and say the most vile things. He's
yeah.
always on top of it, always calm, always has an answer. They don't want to hear the answer. They usually, rant and rave and then, jump off. But if it's to the point where even that kid is speechless, then it's just,
It's a bridge
fucking
too
insane.
far. It's a bridge too far. And the person that called wasn't somebody that would be involved with this. They're just a Trump supporter. So they feel that it's okay. I mean, look at Trump. He's got all these women around him. I mean, he's just amazing. The calendar parties, tremendous fun, model searches. I mean, whoa, we're really, loving this guy. He's such a womanizer. But when
He likes him young like I do.
Yeah, exactly. When you're torturing young children, though, there's really nothing acceptable to that. But again, to have people challenging you to tell me what's wrong with that, it blew my mind. I mean,
It's mind blowing. It's mind boggling. I mean, and again, these are the people that just drank the Kool-Aid. And when Hitler and his top cronies were in the bunker as the Russians were marching down the street, Joseph Goebbels, the guy that Stephen Miller patterns himself after, not only poisoned himself and his wife and their children, he did it because we don't want to live in a world without Hitler. That's the extent of the brainwashing of these people. Well, we don't want to live in a world without Trump.
Our dear leader. Yeah, you're probably right. And that's extremely disturbing on its own level.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe choose a football team instead of a politician to support, especially with the Super Bowl coming up. I'm just putting this up because you can see how young these girls are. They're not women. They're not underage. They're children. So when they want to say, "Oh, these underage women, etc." No, it's not like that. You can't just brush that off that they're underage. They're sending cards to people that are about to turn 18. That means you're 17. Half the things we saw were literally small children. Some of these parties, I mean, it was just extremely disturbing to see. And it's not okay. And we've said this 1,000 times. This is the one issue I believe in general, Americans as a whole can get on board with. Whether it's the only thing that's going to unite us because we're such a mess right now. But this woman stands in the way. She's been with Trump since Trump University and took that 25 grand. You can see the guy on her right, basically, or her left, shitting his pants. DEI hire, not qualified to do anything. But we're going to move on because what are we going to do? We'll just try and ignore this stuff. And they can't get us out of office if we rig elections. So maybe let's start looking at the voting.
Yeah, maybe we'll just, you know what? Let's start in Fulton County. We'll just seize all of their ballots and election records. Let's start with that. And oh yeah, and it didn't work, but let's see if we can blackmail our way out of Minneapolis. Well, if you give us the voting rolls, we'll be happy to withdraw. I mean, they're just at this point, it seems like they are quite desperate. And
Well, they're losing every special election. The one in Texas that went off. They think they can. That sideline reporter can run for Senate or governor. I'm not sure what she's running for in Minnesota.
I think it's Senate, but I'm not sure.
I think it is
Michelle Tafoya.
Yes, and she thinks that she can back the party line of Trump and that people are going to support her. Her name sounds a little Hispanic, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. She's not Lily White. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and it seems like an uphill battle. Every race currently is being won by Democrats. There's a reason for that. People are letting their vote speak for them.
Well, especially in Minnesota. How insane are you? How deluded are you? Really? Have you seen the news? Have you looked around? Maybe not.
It's a good point. Yeah, you're tearing me in a couple areas. I just want to finish on the voting rights because you're absolutely right. The FBI raided Fulton County. Tulsi Gabbard was there for some reason. They got a picture of her around the corner. She had glasses on and a hat, but she was noted to be there. She should not have been involved to begin with. They're looking into investigating the 2020 election. Find me 11,079 votes. Sound familiar? I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Well, and what's next? Are you going to build a time machine and go back?
Well, he won Minnesota 3 times, okay, and he wants credit for that, which he never did and hasn't,
and won't at this point. Yeah, probably never. You've salted the earth and poisoned the waters.
Oh my God, yes. So Gabbard's doing her own solo investigation into 2020. So she's the CIA director or national intelligence?
Yeah, national security.
Yeah, national security. But this is her priority. She's sneaking around corners. In fact, she directly put Trump in touch with the people that raided Fulton County. So clearly seems strange that the president's talking to the FBI as they're going through voter rolls and whatnot. But, that's just one state. That was a state that they ran many times to look for any kind of credibility to Trump's claims and couldn't find any. Recounts.
Had the election not been thrown his way in 2024, he'd be in jail for that.
Correct. And Musk too, frankly.
Yeah.
His famous comment that if they do lose, he'll be going to jail. And I think we now know he was part of Epstein as well, but it's a pay to play. And we'll revisit that. The last thing I want to talk about on voting rights was the SAVE Act, which they're trying to get to the floor. It was supposed to be yesterday. They were going to try again today. But it's to disenfranchise women from voting. So a woman's birth certificate needs to match her ID. You may have one name at birth, and you could change it, or maybe you get married. 80% of married women take on their husband's last name. So it's like you're just trying to disenfranchise. We know how they feel about women. I understand that Megyn Kelly thinks that she's above that, but they seem to test women and think that a woman should be voting as her husband tells her anyway. So who needs her?
Yeah,
very disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
And lastly, Trump just said, hey, you know what? The Republicans should probably take over elections so we can protect the party.
Yeah, we'll count the votes. Don't worry about it.
Not a thing. I think Stalin said that, correct? It's not about who votes, it's who counts the vote.
Yep.
Good stuff. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. It's insane. It really is. If you think about it, man, you never would have pictured this if you go back to like 2015.
God, no. Wasn't even.
How did we get here? This is insane. And speaking of Tulsi Gabbard, what do they have on her that is locked up in a safe?
I know I've never heard anything about that or anything like it before. I don't know, but I feel like that safe is going to open eventually. The House right now is 1 vote in favor of the Republicans right now. So that seems to be crumbling pretty rapidly. Mike Johnson's universally unliked by everyone. So
everyone.
I don't know that he's going to continue to maintain the power that he has, nor should he. He's just a terrible person. He doesn't keep up on the news if it's bad. Oh, Trump said this. Oh, I didn't really hear that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that.
I was too busy working 22-hour days. Oh my gosh, look at me. Oh, wait, let me get a quick picture of Nicki Minaj.
Oh, God.
Sad.
You are uninvited to the barbecue, Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Well, and then
no.
she posted that card, her Trump gold card, saying that she was now on her way to citizenship. But the White House had to say that was just a novelty gift. It's
Yeah, no,
not
sorry.
really a thing.
Yeah.
But maybe pay to play. I mean, we've seen that Trump's suing the IRS for $10 billion. That means our money. The IRS doesn't really have money, but they have taxpayer money. $1 billion from Harvard. They probably owe him for making him feel bad.
Well, he's going after Trevor Noah now too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
didn't like that joke.
it was very unfunny. He's a terrible comedian, the worst. Yeah, it's just crazy. There was a private citizen that won a bid for, it was $2 million at a Mar-a-Lago charity event. I can only assume the charity's Trump.
Probably.
To have lunch with Trump in the Oval Office. $2 million. So if you can afford it, you get the ear of the president. It seems very un-American and just out of whack with what our values are supposed to be with politicians.
Yeah, that is not how this is supposed to work at all. Not even close. And yet they've just somehow normalized it. You get to the point where you just, yeah, it's so bizarre.
And I don't even think it's a numbing to it. I feel like it's eating away a lot of people that have empathy and care for others and are really feeling it. To that point, I mean, look at Minneapolis. I mean, the people in Minneapolis have done an amazing job of keeping the pressure on. It's been over a month since Keith Porter was killed. That was New Year's Day, I believe, or New Year's Eve. Nobody really talks about Keith Porter. I wonder why.
Yeah.
But we're not forgetting Keith. Almost a month since Renee Good was murdered.
I can't believe it's been almost a month.
And that's what the coroner said. The fatal shot was that fourth shot to the head when she was clearly past the officer who suffered internal injuries on his way to packing up his house and leaving. And it's been over a week since Alex Preddy was murdered. 10 shots, a man down, and literally murdered. Listen, we did that podcast about overstepping a line with Renee Good. I mean, this is just torching it and just kicking the shit out of it, to be frank. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and and in typical fashion, they managed to upset the second amenders. Well, he had a loaded gun on him.
Yeah, and some extra rounds. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, you can't have that.
No. To that point, Judge Weinbach's in D.C. says, don't be coming with your guns in D.C. because we're going to take them from you. I thought that was Kamala's job. They were going to take the guns away.
Turns out they were right. Yeah, the president will take your guns as long as it's Trump.
That's right.
How about that? They were right. And you know what? It pains me to admit it, but QAnon was also right. There is a cabal of wealthy, rich elites that are into pedophilia. Who knew? Only it's not all Democrats. There's a lot of Republicans in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, talk about a through the looking glass moment when you realize that these fuckers were actually right.
And it's everywhere. I mean, we're not mentioning everybody's name. Obviously, it's too many to list, but NFL ownership, New York Football Giants co-owner, Tish, I'm in the book.
Yeah, the ever shitty Jets.
Oh,
they continue to be a fucking doormat.
I thought he was with the New York Giants, no?
No, Tish was with the Giants, but Woody Johnson was with the Jets.
Yeah, thank you. Another piece of shit person. You're absolutely right. Just to finish on Minneapolis, no arrests, no investigations, no apologies.
No apologies, no.
And
the identities of the two shooters were released, and they were Hispanic guys.
Yeah, they look like real ass hats. Bavino was taken out of that situation because he's a great guy, but sometimes he's a little crazy, is what Trump's words were. He went back to Vegas. He was partying hard, man. Like no big deal.
Yeah, whack it off in a hotel hallway.
I think that was when he was in high school.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, they knew back then he was kind of a weirdo. But he's Trump's weirdo, and he's Stephen Miller's weirdo. And I just don't see these guys getting away with a lot of the shit that's going on. I mean, we do have laws. It may take the lower courts to make this happen, but nonetheless, we do have laws. We're a country with laws, and as soon as we're not, then you know what you are. You're not a democracy anymore. Or
no, you're not. You're living in an autocracy. Yeah,
right.
under an insane, demented dictator and his army of minions.
Terrible, 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 terrible.
It is terrible.
I'm just gonna pop this up because it's Doug Burgum, and we're going back to coal, baby. We're just gonna drill, drill, drill. This is Coalie. He's the lovable mascot. You can see Burgum there because we really got away from sending people into the mines. We're going to be the best miners. We're going to do everything amazing underground and putting people back under there and get back to what our roots are, right? Anyway, Burgum's out of his mind, but he did mention that it'll probably be the Supreme Court that will shut down the wind industry because instead of it killing thousands of birds as Trump was running on, and nobody seemed to really buy into that, now it's radar interference, which could be like a national security thing. So let's go to the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, where Roberts makes it okay to do whatever you feel like.
Where money talks, you know it. The rest of the world is just going to go on with alternatives. But yeah, we're going to double down and we're going to do our share and more than our share to destroy the environment. Because, it's all a big Chinese hoax. I mean, that massive cold blast that we had caused by climate change.
Sure.
Because the Arctic is warming and warm air is rising and forcing down the cold Arctic air. That's what we got.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, it's science. But of course, we don't believe in science. We just believe in whatever Trump feels, whatever his moral compass, tells him is right. And that we're going to double down on coal, bring out Coalie. And, if Coley's a young boy, even better.
He does look like he could be a child.
I think Coalie likes movies about gladiators.
I'm sure he's seen a grown man naked. The Lovable mascot. And just for the record, China's, way ahead of us on solar power. They're using wind. They're using whatever they have to with renewables to the point of putting solar panels over oceans and water. It's a little crazy that we just deny it and lie about it. And some people are accepting of it. Just to come back to the Supreme Court, who was in that Epstein files as well, was the person that Anita Hill had warned us about. But instead we bashed her and we let Thomas just slide right in there.
Yeah, and to be fair, I blame Biden for that too.
No doubt.
So I mean, this goes across the boards. This is not necessarily just, all Democrats are good, all Republicans are bad. No, because
far from it.
Yeah. But that he never should have been in that position. And let's not forget the other one, Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh yeah. Well, he was an Epstein pick. Thought he'd be a great person, and then Ted Cruz was involved with that, and they were able to get him out there. Of course, we know about the FBI didn't bother doing any investigating on Kavanaugh, who had 400 and some complaints against him for being a drunken pig, so to speak. But to that point, Roberts, probably the worst Supreme Court justice, or will be in history when he's done. But even he's putting his staff through signing of non-disclosure agreements. I mean, what kind of transparency is that? And I know this is the transparent president, but
most transparent ever.
I mean, I don't know. You just can't get away from some of this nonsense, and it goes to the top. And to your point, it's left, right, center. It's everywhere. So you just need to not pledge your allegiance to anybody except maybe the flag, and get this shit right. Don't be accepting just because it's your party.
There's right and there's wrong. And, let's understand the difference.
You'd think it'd be pretty easy, but it's not. And then they continue to muddy the waters. I know Tom Hartman came out with a list of things that if Trump was working with Russia or Putin had something on him, perhaps a video or whatnot of him with small children or doing something he shouldn't be doing, all the list of things that he would do. And it's a laundry list that I'm not going to read through, but we're no longer funding NATO. NATO may have to shut down for a while. Trump asked nicely to stop bombing Ukraine because it's so cold over there. That hasn't happened, even though he thinks Putin's a good friend of his. Putin has a picture with Trump in the White House.
Yeah,
I
best
mean,
friends.
do what you feel like, Pootie. It's
Yeah,
just insane.
you do you, Pootie.
So now Russia, more than likely, because the IOC is going to allow them to come to the 2028 LA Olympics because the Russians are our friends, apparently.
Oh yeah.
At least some of us. To that point, you have just the changing of our history. I mean, Hegseth removed Colin Powell's name from the list of notable Americans buried at Arlington National Cemetery. And I know,
Yeah.
and I know as far back as when Gene was with us, there was a list of people that they were getting rid of at that time, and it just continues.
Yeah, it's truly disgusting. I mean, these people are so racist and so hateful.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
awful.
they just want to bring the Confederacy back.
Even Little Bighorn National Park in Montana, Trump ordered that the signage be changed or removed. He didn't really like how that appeared and how it looked. And people that work in that area, especially in the national parks, that's how they learned about their history. They were like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know any of this stuff if this wasn't here before me. This is who I am. This is part of the fabric of what made me who I am. But if you take that away, then what do you have? You really just have nothing.
You have nothing. You just have a whitewashed sense of, made up propaganda bull. It was a great victory against the foreign red invaders. And Federal Custer took the ball out and made America great once again. I mean, it's just a lie. You can say whatever the fuck you want to, but facts are facts. I don't care. Like we always say, you can say gravity is a Chinese hoax, but step out of that top floor window and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, that's Putin's favorite thing, man. Ninth floor.
Yeah.
Elevator going down.
There's a word for that. It's called defenestration.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Going out the window, buddy. And it's like, even there's still people that think the earth is flat.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever been in an airplane, you can see the curvature of the earth. It's really hard to miss. You just have to look out the window.
That can be hard to miss if you're watching something on the on your Wi-Fi or something,
Wi-Fi has gotten good on the planes, I have to say. Yeah.
And
the entertainment options are really good.
Southwest now has texting. Of course, T-Mobile's taking all your information off your phone, but worth it.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, we're Gen X. We're old enough to remember when they had the drop-down screen in the aisle. Remember, you had to kind of like crane your head to look and see.
Can't even see what's happening.
Yeah. Put your earphones on at the airline gave you.
Yeah, no doubt.
And and if you were flying before, what was it, pre-1990, maybe you could see it through the haze of cigarette smoke, which you could smoke in the cabin.
That is so true. I mean, it's a tube, man. I asked for non-smoking. What the heck?
Well, and at one point, before they completely abolished smoking on the planes, if you asked for it, whatever row you were in, I can't remember if you couldn't smoke behind your row and the row behind you couldn't smoke, but everybody up front could. And, that smoke had nowhere to go because you were in an enclosed tube. So it really didn't matter.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
No, relatively speaking, it was not.
Well, and just as a airline note, Southwest now is assigning seats. That process was something I experienced recently, and it's like any other airline, but I still think they're a little bit ahead of everybody else. But yeah, kind of neat. I don't think everybody's rushing to get the front aisle seats, so didn't seem to be a huge deal. But yeah, Southwest is now just like everybody else.
Only a little bit better, thankfully.
I think so too.
Maybe. hopefully.
I'm going to put this up because the Kennedy Center is about to go under some renovations. Trump, they asked if he was going to tear it down because that seems to be his MO.
It seems to be his
But he
thing.
is not going to tear it down. I'm sorry.
Hey, that seems to be his thing. Tearing stuff down.
Well, he says that he won't, but they are
Does
going
a lot
to
of things.
close it for renovation. You speculated it might be due to lack of ticket sales, but Melania, those were sold out opening nights. Amazing.
Yeah, sold out. Nobody wants to play there. The A-listers, the acts that people want to see, nobody wants to play there. So, you know, how many people are paying to see Kid Rock play the Kennedy Center, or the
You
Kid Rock Lee
refused.
Greenwood?
That's one song, Lee Greenwood.
Yeah.
Kid Rock refused. That's not a thing. I did want to point out that the Kennedy Center will be closing for renovation on July 4th. Trump's rationale was you had panels from the roof falling, and they were going to piecemeal it, but you can't lay marble and then let it dry when there's a show the next day. I don't know. He wasn't talking about mudding, and I don't know about marble drying. That seems kind of made up, but that's kind of his thing. But I did want to point out that in 1933, Mussolini closed the National Opera for renovation. 1934, Hitler also closed the National Opera for renovation. 1935, Portuguese dictator Salazar also closed the National Opera House to renovate. I mean, are these just weird coincidences, or are these people Trump aspires to be like?
Yeah, that could be. I mean, maybe there are no coincidences.
It just seems like a really odd thing. I
Yeah.
think more to your point, they can't sell tickets, so they said shut it down. This is embarrassing. This makes me look bad.
And it should. I mean, and of all the things that make him look bad, that's the one he's worried about.
I know, right?
Really?
That is a freaking joke, and you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
So we'll get back to the distractions. Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday. Again, I don't want to dive into too much of the Epstein stuff. I think people should really do their research. It's out there. Even as they're redacting, and as we speak right now, they are redacting. They're comparing the numbers yesterday of Trump's name appearing compared to today. They're doing their best, but you really can't hide it. And it's screenshot, and people should remember that too when they're using Snap, that just because you think it disappears, it doesn't go away forever. So do your homework, look into it. This isn't a left, right, middle. This is about decency, morality, and not being a pig.
Yeah, exactly. There's right and there's wrong.
Yeah. And
there's no gray areas when it comes to pedophilia and sexual abuse of children, for God's sake. And I mean, I've even seen that there's some speculation, and who knows, for what it's worth, but the movie Eyes Wide Shut, that Kubrick was sending a message with that, and he died shortly after that.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot. People just kind of disappear or go away if you are not all on board. So maybe that's why Lutnick's following suit, because he was a neighbor, and maybe you don't want to speak too ill of their leader. I guess I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're all lined up. They're all in line. But it's just so disturbing. And I mean, some of the stuff that was in there. I mean, Jesus Christ, eating babies. Are these people just so wealthy and so untouchable that they become bored? And it's like, what weird shit can we do next? How bizarre can we get? And there's a movie. It's supposedly one of the most disturbing movies ever made. It's called A Serbian Story. And long story short, and you can look it up on Wikipedia if you want to. It's really disturbing. It's a story of a kind of a over-the-hill adult film star in Serbia who is going to retire, but a producer comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, how about just doing one more film for me?" And they have him just do unspeakable acts. And one of the acts is literally raping a newborn baby. God. Baby rape. It's the next big thing. And it's just, I mean, if you're of a mind to, you can read about it on Wikipedia. It's just it's a horrible movie, and it's something I don't think anybody should ever see. I would never want to see it. People that have seen it wish they hadn't, but
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's
it's like
horrendous.
yeah. But I mean, are these people just so bored and so morally bankrupt and so untouchable by their obscene wealth and power that they just think of the most disturbing things they can get away with? I just it makes no sense to me.
It's really outside the realm of my brain. I just
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z left the country. I mean, like, and these are just names that make it hard to appreciate their talents anymore.
Hmm.
I can't listen to Nicki Minaj. It's not a thing because I feel like she kind of sold out and then went even further.
Really doubled down on
Jay-Z,
that one.
yeah, Jay-Z is another one. It took a while from the last news drop on him to be able to hear his music at all. And now this happens, and it's Kanye at least apologized, claiming not to be a Nazi, and apologized for his commentaries of the past. He
Hmm.
was not in the Epstein files.
Yeah. How about that?
Insane. In fact,
Yeah.
he goes to allegedly claim that why his mom was taken out for payback. So, I mean, just how intertwined it is in our fabric of our culture and our lives and our government is just mind blowing. And I think again, the majority of Americans can agree that this is unacceptable and out of control. Um, KK Caroline's like, oh, nobody, there's no pedophilia. She's leaving the place with her husband who's 32 years older than her. Like, maybe you're not the best source.
Yeah.
Then she wants to go after Bad Bunny. Oh, Bad Bunny, he's a millionaire, lives in a gated community, and he's going after law enforcement. Like, you know, and like, what are
And
we talking about? You could be a normal Joe, and you'd be in Atlanta. You'd be in a gated community. I mean, it's just how it's laid out. Whether he has money or not, he's from Puerto Rico. He's an American or U.S. citizen. Like,
hmm
just stop with your fucking nonsense. Hey,
yeah.
this is America. So anybody that wants at the halftime of the Super Bowl wants to watch Turning Point USA's halftime show,
The has
do
been
it.
show.
The Has Been show. Kid Rock will be performing.
Woo.
Um, I just saw a video of him at like I don't know, one of their events with Republicans, and he's a bit of a rocker. He does a little rap, and people just didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to do the white man's over by uh, or how to proceed. And then, oh, did he just use a cuss word? Like, it just doesn't jive. I don't even know why those people are on the same room. But again, you're going after somebody who is literally a U.S. citizen. I did see one NFL player was like, "Oh, I think they're trying too hard to include like international this, that, or the other." And it's like, what kind of music are you listening to, buddy? Like, where have you
Yeah.
been? What rock have you been under? And there are other athletes saying, "Hey, we should be bringing more cultures into this. Like, listen to what you want to, appreciate it for what it is. Like, we're all different and we all have different tastes. I mean, why does it have to be? I got to listen to Lee Greenwood or whatever singing that American, gibberish, whatever the fuck he cries out.
He did a Canadian version too.
Did
Proud
he
to be a
really?
Canadian, eh?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think it sold very well in Canada.
You
Um,
just you just made me think of Catherine O'Hara, that we have to shout out to her, man.
oh man,
Huge
yeah, she was
loss.
awesome.
Way too soon. I mean, I sent you clips of Moira this morning from Schitt's Creek, and just phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah,
oh my God.
she really. Oh
I
God, no, John.
mean, and people, yeah, Home Alone, but all of her characters on SNL. I mean, she was just amazing, and tragic loss for us. I feel.
Yeah, just gone way too soon. Super talented and just a good human being. I mean, you saw the video of Macaulay Culkin saying that she loved him more than his own mom did. His
Yeah.
own mom who trotted him out there and exploited him, and Catherine O'Hara who looked after him, who cared for him, and put him on the right path and was there for him. And yeah, just super talented, just a wonderful human being. And I guess the only solace is that she is with John Candy now.
Yeah, I saw an editorial of him welcoming her to heaven, which was pretty heartwarming. Hard to believe how long he's been gone as well, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, I saw a bunch of stuff from Best in Show, and she was just hilarious. Her and Eugene Levy, it was just like pure comedy, man.
I've banged a lot of waitresses, but you were the best.
Never forget your first, she said, or your best, she said. It was like,
The best.
meanwhile, there's her husband, Eugene Levy. He's like, yeah,
Oh, is the air conditioning broken in here? Oh, it's awfully warm.
too hilarious.
Or the high quiz sketch from Second City, where she's just ringing the buzzer before the question's answered, or before the question is completely asked.
Nitwits.
Half-wits.
Yeah, so thankfully she has so much material that she'll never truly be gone. But yeah, too soon. She was working with Seth Rogen, was speaking very highly of her. They had done the studio. They were coming back for a second.
Yeah,
second
I mean, I
season.
watched a few episodes of that show, and she looked younger than Seth Rogen. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was a shock to find out that, and I guess she knew that she was dying because she reached out to some of her closest friends and just, asked how they were doing and was just checking up on them because she was more worried about them than herself.
Yeah, and I think it was a brief illness, whatever it was, but clearly it was detrimental to taking her out. But man, rough. On the same area, Lamont Sanford died from Sanford.
I saw that.
So let's not forget
Lamont
Lamont,
Wilson.
big dummy.
Yeah. You
So.
big dummy.
Yeah, that was classic. It is Super Bowl Sunday. I know you have to go, but I just wanted to talk really quickly. I'm all about Seattle this weekend. Once Kraft set his foot in the Kennedy Center for one of the last times to see Melania's premiere, that was enough for me.
Kept him out of the Hall of Fame, too.
Yes, that was my other point. Belichick was snubbed, and then I guess I said it was today or maybe yesterday that also Kraft was not going to get in this year. So is he a good owner? Does he seem like a good person? Sure, but he's above the law too. Let's not forget he was in the Rub Shack, and at the end of the day, they were like, "Oh, he was just checking on his business. Nothing to see here."
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah,
I always leave here with a smile. I love it.
And that may be true. Nothing to see here. But again, are we a country of laws or not? So for that reason, as much as I like Vrabel enough, I can't root for the Patriots or the Patriot cheats, or however you want to phrase it. Not this year. So go Seattle.
Well, the Seahawks, they just look physically dominant. I mean, they pasted the 49ers. I mean, they just steamrolled that team, and they look pretty good against the Rams, too.
Yeah, and the Rams are a really good team this year. That offense is no joke. So we'll see. Hopefully, Darnold can keep it going. And again, I don't really care, but if New England doesn't win, I'll be happier than not.
Yeah, me too.
So,
and well, they said that's why Minnesota's GM got fired.
Is that right?
Because the owners were watching Darnold in the NFC Championship game because they had given him an extension, and then I think 5 days later they're like, "Nah, you're out."
Well, the head coach really wanted McCarthy, so now he's on the hot seat.
As he should be. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. And it's crazy because that was the coach that got the most out of Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, he made him into a quarterback, and he's in a really good system in Seattle, and he looks great.
Yeah. And it could have been one of those things where as coach, he was seeing the next shiny penny coming, and you don't expect McCarthy. You figure it'll take him a couple of years. Maybe you keep Darnold, but maybe ownership and management was like, not a thing. We're not paying two quarterbacks.
Well, and a lot of these owners are very reactive. Knee-jerk reaction. It seems like the majority of them now are not really football people. You're not seeing, the Maras and the Rooneys as much anymore. You're seeing like billionaires that buy themselves a toy and want to run it like their business. Well, I'm successful at, making widgets, so of course I'll know how to do this.
Yeah. I'll hire only the best people. You're fired.
You're fired.
McDermott. Yeah. Surprising. And then on the NFL coaching carousel, there were a lot of experienced coaches that have just been fired getting hired.
Yeah.
Case in point, McCarthy. You couldn't have waited on that. Maybe try out a couple other guys to interview before you just jump into bed with that fella.
Well, apparently both of the young guys from the Rams didn't interview well. Neither one of them ended up with a job, which was kind of surprising.
Again, how much time did they have to prepare to put their best foot forward that, hey, I'm ready to run your whole organization and be the leader of men? They were game planning all week. What do you have, an hour to prepare? I mean, I just don't think that was fair. And sure, it's a great excuse as to not to wait, but there were others out there. They talked about Kubiak being another one. He's the offensive coordinator or passing coordinator with Seattle. So
yeah,
you couldn't wait. But
surprising. But I mean, the offseason, it does, it goes pretty quickly. I mean, you got the combine coming up, and that is followed. That we just had the Senior Bowl followed. Before you know it, it's time to draft. So yeah, it's a very short window, a small window, but and apparently nobody wanted the Cleveland job. You had to jump through several hoops just to get into the interview seat. You had to take a quiz. You had to write an essay. You had to pass a background check. Like, who's got time for that?
I think I'll just
get it. That's if you want your manager at the Flying J, which is where they made their money, sure. But hiring a head coach, I don't think so.
Yeah, and don't use the restrooms, okay? That kid was filming everybody in there. Weirdos. Yeah, maybe. Maybe avoid Cleveland. I know several took their name off the list of getting hired there, and what a weird situation.
I'll say.
Meanwhile, their coach went down to Atlanta,
and he'll probably win down there. He's a pretty good coach.
Yeah. Well, he was coach of the year, twice?
Mm-hmm.
But what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, exactly.
Silly.
Again, that's the same owner that pushed for them to take Johnny Manziel in the first round.
Yeah. Wow. Cleveland's going to Cleveland, I guess. I don't know.
They usually do. Sorry, Gene.
Yeah. Sorry, Gina. All right, Billy. Well, I appreciate your time. I know you have a tight schedule today, so I will let you go on that note. But
all right. Good. Great job.
With you, as always.
Yeah, you too.
It's been a while.
It has been. So maybe we'll see about Thursday.
All right. I'm open to it. Hopefully the schedule will permit. But good to be back and good to share some of this nonsense that drives me crazy at night.
Yeah, let's spread the misery. Why not?
And the fade out song also, Andy Burns, very well done. I could play his music all day, frankly. It's just tremendous, but I'll give him a break for now.
Super talented.
Yeah, and thanks again, Andy. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Billy. Talk at you later. Have a good day.
Everybody, you too. Nice job.
All right, you too. Thank you.